Hello again, guys. It's Carly from the Poetry of Nights, and I have my weekly sales update video for you guys for Etsy and eBay. It's been another pretty good week on Etsy. For me, I've had a total of 19 sales, and gross profit there was $427.05. What I will do is I'll show you all my Etsy sales, I'll show you my eBay sales, I'll do my best to let you know where I picked the items up, what I paid for them originally, and then, of course, I'll go ahead and let you know what the buyer paid to purchase the item. And just bear in mind that the prices that I give you do not include shipping. All my buyers pay shipping pretty much unless it's sort of special circumstances. And if there is free shipping on an item, I'll be sure to let you know. And yes, and then at the end, I will go ahead and I will give you my numbers. So I'll let you know the breakdown of what I made in total. After things like the cost of purchase and the listing fees and the final value fees for eBay, Etsy, and PayPal are taken into consideration. All right, so here we go. So first thing I'm going to show you is this pair of vintage eyeglasses. This was just a random pair that came in a lot that I got from eBay. I got several lots from eBay, and they worked at around about $3 a piece. From there. Yes, and they were quite beautiful actually. But yeah, about $3 a piece, and the buyer paid $34.95. And then the next item, this has sat in my shop for a long time. I would not bother again. Avon. Way back when, and I thought, oh, Avon, I know that name, and I bought a bunch of stuff, and I wouldn't bother anymore personally. But anyway, I kind of thought this subject matter would have done better. Strawberries. For some reason, I'm always drawn to strawberry stuff, and I don't know, I guess it's just not that popular. Anyway, so I paid $1 for this originally. I believe that was an estate sale. It was just like a little ceramic, it was just a very small pot that I guess you could keep like some candy if you wanted to, or things like, you know, maybe jewelry, wedding rings, something like that. And it was cute. I definitely thought that it would have gone spring, summertime, but it did not. It hung around until fall. It was from 1985, and like I said, paid $1, and the buyer paid $12.95. The next thing, oh, this was, gosh, this wasn't from very long ago at all. This was from like a big 9-mile yard sale that I went to, and I just kind of found it randomly sitting on a table. There was no other vintage items nearby that I could see, just an odd little book. But anyway, it's very cool. It's the Bible birthday book, and it has some really cool like little poems there, sort of faith-based poems. And then every single date has a biblical verse associated with it. It was from 1944, and it was in good shape. It had not been written in, anything like that. And I paid 25 cents for this at the yard sale, and it sold for $19.95. Next is one of a big lot of sweaters that I bought not too long ago. I kind of stumbled across a yard sale where some ladies were selling some of their late mother's stuff, unfortunately. And that lady liked novelty sweaters, is all I can say. So I got them for $2 a piece. And I think I bought, oh gosh, did I buy 9? Yes, I would have done. I spent $18. So this one here would have cost me $2 when everything was parted out, and it sold for $19.95. So there is all my money made back in every single sweater that I sell after that, out of the remaining 8 that I have left over. It's going to be pure profit, which is exciting. These I've had for an extremely long time. I got them home. This was way back at the beginning before I really knew to look at condition issues properly. Let me see if I can show you what I mean. So they're just a very basic pair of sort of 70s aviators. But if you can see in here, obviously everything was disclosed, but the nose buds are like all broken off. There was just some, here you go. There was some serious condition issues. So I bought them for I think $1 in the estate sale, and then for the longest time I thought I'm just gonna throw them away. Like, what else can you do? But I kept them up for $9.95, and lo and behold, someone bought them for that, and they needed them by Friday. So I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to be part of a very cool Halloween costume. But I'm glad that there's a profit made, and that they're going on to a new home. That's very cool. So the next 2 items both went to the same buyer. Managed to combine shipping for them, which was a lesson within itself for Etsy. That was not simple. It took me a while. So what I may do is do a video. Let me know if you're interested in that, on how to combine shipping when the 2 items are part of one order after the buyer is paid, because it took me a little bit of research to get that down. But anyway, the next 2 items belong to her. So this set of vintage nesting cups, like little coffee cups, they're very cool, made in Japan. they were pretty beautiful, I thought. Very cool. So I paid $2 for those at a thrift store, and they sold for $19.95. And then this satchel actually was up for less than a day. And funny story, I almost did not put it up at all because, again, some condition issues, right? I thought it was a really beautiful little satchel, but it had some marks that you can see all around here, and obviously all disclosed in the photographs and in writing. Then it had a pen mark running down here and some of these. And just generally, I wasn't too sure on the condition. So I went ahead and put it up anyway. I paid 75 cents for it at a yard sale. It is genuine leather. It was really, really nice. It was really cool. It was a good size as well. And it actually sold for $24.95 to the same lady. So I'm pretty pleased that she liked it too. Okay, next thing is just this fall scarf. Good time of year, I guess, to be selling this. I paid $1 for this at a church rummage sale, and it sold for $14.95. That's a really blown out photo. You know, when you look at something, you're like, what was I thinking? Anyway, very hard to take a picture of white on white, right? So this is a vintage, I think it was 1984 Panama Jack shirt, and it was very cool. It's very hard to see in the photographs, but it had these almost like kind of like bubble sleeves. I don't know if that's the particular, like the actual way to say it, but they were kind of elasticated and they flared out. They had this nice wide neck, and then it was also elasticated at the bottom as well. So it was really nicely fitted for a woman, and the colors were really bold and bright, no stains or anything. I thought it was a really cool piece. So I paid 62 cents for this at a church rummage sale. Had it up on Etsy and eBay. I got a few offers on eBay, and they were low offers, but eventually I just kind of held on because I just thought it was really cool, and someone paid full price on Etsy, which was $34.95. This members only jacket has only been up for maybe a week or so. I paid $1 for this at a church rummage sale not too long ago at all, and it sold for $24.95. Again, sneaking suspicion this may be part of a Halloween costume. The buyer needed it rushed. This leather wallet made in Haiti, I got this from an estate sale not too long ago, and I think when everything was evened out, I paid, let me see, $1.60 for this. Genuine leather, really nice. A few little marks and condition issues, but overall really nice, very unusual, and it's all for $19.95. Another Halloween book. Whenever I found them at the moment, I just go ahead and grab them. These vintage children's books that are kind of like Halloween or like spooky based, whatever, and they've done really well for me. I sold a witch one not too long ago, so I paid actually $1.40 for this. It worked out in a estate sale when everything was parted out, but it sold for $7.95. And I think the reason I went lower with it is because there's these pen marks on the front. Ugh, do you just hate that? It's like it belonged to a child or something. I don't know. But yeah, it was a cool book, and I hope they like it. I think these were beautiful glasses. Again, these were part of a new old stock, like a dead stock lot that I got from eBay. I paid $3 for these, and everything was parted out, and they sold at $39.95, and I believe they may have gone abroad. Another Barney singing plush. This woman was thrilled. I got a really cool review from her, which was very exciting. I went ahead and put new batteries in him before I sent him. She said it was for her nephew for Christmas. I hope he loves him. But I paid $1 for him. I find these a lot, and they're the singing, talking, interactive ones that won't shut up. I can hear him in the garage still. It's crazy. But yes, paid $1 for him, and he sold for $24.95, and that is pretty standard. That's what I tend to pick them up for, and what I tend to sell them for on Etsy. These sort of vintage eyeglasses, this cute little pink detail at the side, absolutely adorable. They were here on the arms as well. I paid $2 for these at a thrift store, and they sold for $29.95. Vintage Hawaii shirt, or Hawaiian shirt, I should say. When I talk about Shoreline Hawaii is what I'm trying to say, is the brand there. From about the 1970s, 1980s, or did I say 1960s? I did a whole bunch of research on this to finally narrow down a rough estimate of when this thing was made. It took me a long time, but whatever I landed on was hours of research that got me there. And actually went to Australia, and the buyer paid $16.95 for the shirt, about $30 in shipping, which is just crazy. I know they're used to it, but I wish I could get it cheaper for them. But anyway, and I paid 62 cents for this at a church rummage sale. And the very last, nope, not the very last thing, got a few more things. Never mind. I got this pair of glasses for $1.40 in a estate sale not too long ago. They're Luxottica ones, just like your basic aviators, but they were in very good shape, this kind of steel grey. And like I said, I paid $1.40 and they sold for $29.95, and they were up probably a month, if that. This vintage 1984 Transformers fitted sheet. It was fitted sheet only. That was all I had. Very little wear to it and marks and stuff. Just, you know, your normal age related whatever. But in good shape. And this sold, I paid 50 cents for this at a yard sale. It sold for $24.95. Again, it was up for maybe a week. And the last thing on Etsy was this pair of eyeglasses. So 80s, like a brown metal sunglasses. They were bifocals down here, as you can see. Pretty standard. I don't think they were marked in any way particularly, but they were a cool shape, a cool design. And I paid $1 for these at a thrift store, and they sold for $14.95. Okay, so that is everything for Etsy, and I'll just let you know, like I said, my gross profit there was $427.05, and at the well, I'll let you know that my net profit after all the fees and stuff taken into consideration for Etsy only was $408.30, and then I'll go ahead and show you eBay and let you know all of the numbers together. So eBay is still really slow for me. Somebody tell me what is happening. I am making a really conscious effort to source and list on eBay this week. I've already started, and I've already seen sales pick up, so you know there is some credence to that, but oh my goodness, it has just slowed way down for me. Luckily Etsy is doing well, but the perfectionist in me would like to have both of them, like, you know, head to head every week, wouldn't we all? Okay, so I picked up this lot of vintage wooden pegs at an estate sale not too long ago. Paid $2 for a massive box, so it was about 250, roughly 4 pounds of pegs. I took a best offer of $11, and buyer paid the shipping as well, just because I needed a sale. So very small amount of profit there, but hey, at least I sold something. This was a decent sale, so I actually picked this up. It was a Wedgwood, was it Figurine Age of Elegance Magnolia Parade. Oh my goodness, I could barely find anything on her on the line that she was from. She was pretty beautiful. In the Wedgwood stuff there, and all of her little serial number and whatnot. She was in good shape. I picked her up for 25 cents at a church rummage sale, and I was in the bottom of a box sticking around, and she just happened to be there. Lord knows how she did not get chipped up. But anyway, I took a best offer of $60 for her, so 25 cents into $60 is not too bad, and buyer paid shipping as well. This is just the lid from a vintage blender I bought just a little while ago. I put it up and it sold within a day for $10. I paid $2 for the entire blender, so I still have the glass jar up for about $15. That has a few watches on it already. And as you can see, there's a little bit of discoloration and things like that. That's why I went ahead and you know, listed it at $10, but I'm excited that that sold so quickly. That's cool. I'll keep an eye out for that. And the very last thing is these vintage Nike shoes. These really cute, like powder blue ones. I got these not too long ago at a yard sale, and I paid $2 for these. And I took a best offer of $40 and buyer paid shipping, so I was pretty pleased about that. So here are my numbers overall for you guys. Etsy and eBay combined, my gross profit this week was $508.04. The total money that I spent on all of the goods that I showed you here was $30.39. So yes, and then my net profit for both Etsy and eBay combined for this entire week, and that is after the cost to buy the product, the cost to list the product, the final value fees, and then things like store fees for eBay, and then the value fees for PayPal as well. So everything into consideration there. My net profit this week was $481.80. So not too bad. I'm just going to try and get some more listing done. My listing has been way down because we are just busy in the month of October. But yes, conscious effort, and we'll see how it goes. And I will be back next week to let you know if anything picked up on eBay this week. Fingers crossed, right? Okay, so if you like the video, then give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. I try to do weekly haul videos and weekly sales videos just to show you full circle how I go about reselling part-time on eBay and Etsy online. And guys, I just hope you have an amazing week. Thank you so much for tuning in. You'll have a great time. Bye.